We live in a world of attempts. What do I mean by that? We live in a world where people say they are experts or pretend to be experts on what they do. They even maybe have degrees, maybe they're engineers, doctors, lawyers. And they pretend in their profession, because they have a license, to be capable of what they do because they passed the test. And I kind of really have a problem with that. You know, people seem to think that, oh, this lawyer is going to do well for me because he's a lawyer. He's got his license from the bar. And I've met so many lawyers who are so inept in so many ways, it's not funny. I was a professional engineer, no longer licensed. I'm retired. But I've met so many civil engineers who were inept, yet they had their license. They couldn't design their way out of a wet paper bag. Construction people, same thing. In the past, we had professions that could perform for the most part. There fakers. There were those people that, got along based on who they knew, not what they could do. But in today's world, that's all it's about. It's all about who you know, who you can play, who you can convince, who you can take for a ride. You know, I recently built a picket fence. Like I said, I'm a civil engineer. And I built it for my friend. My friend thought that because I was an engineer, I could build a fence. And I did a damn good job. And then I look at my neighbor's fence, and it's a picket fence. And I don't think she had this done professionally. I don't know. But I look at it, and I go, the boards aren't straight. There's one board that's a makeup board in the middle. It's nailed in, which ain't a problem. And the tops aren't level across. They're not supposed to be level. They're supposed to go to the ground, but they're not even across. Now, the one that I built, and I'm not going to show you any picture of it. I don't want to edit the video because it's freaking 15 miles away, and I'm not going over there to take video of it. But the point being is that there are pretenders in life. And that's what we deal with now, pretenders. Now take my property, for instance. I built that fire pit. It's not perfect, and it started to settle on one side because I dug a pit that the weather was bad and I left open for a while to put in the patio here. Yep. That patio right there, I put that in. Now, it's not perfect, but it's pretty damn good and pretty damn level. And then I look at this wall that I built out of extra retaining wall that I had. Well, I pulled down the old retaining wall and put that up just because I wanted a buffer between my property and about 10 foot away from the fence there. And then we have this that I kind of want to top the same way I did over here. Kind of neat, kind of decorative, I guess. It was out of excess again. If you look at these are flagstone that I cut. People don't work in flagstone, and definitely don't cut tops like that. And yeah, I put this wall in by myself. No help from no one. And yeah, you can see it's starting to get dirty. I should power wash the stuff again. If I hired a contractor to do this, you think he'd do this good of work? Yeah, I built that wall. There are pretenders in life. Not a mason. Not a carpenter. I love the lights, by the way. Gargoyles, baby. But you can see how straight that is. And you can see the job I did on it. Nothing's perfect. This has been in for 3 years now, roughly. And it could stand a power wash. Love my fire pit. Yeah. All we have today in society, for the most part, are pretenders. Ignore the professional licenses. You will know if you have someone who's adequate, if someone can do a job, if someone could do something that you pay them for. Now, this fire pit was thrown together out of the old retaining wall that was in place that I tore down and used it, cut it, put it in place. Yeah, there's a gap, it's settled right there, and at the next gap it's settled a little bit this way. Yeah, so what? Fire pit still works, looks good. And I wish it hadn't, if I had been a little bit more proactive and the weather would have been nicer, I'd have been able to get this patio in prior to it settling a little bit. Now, this stuff ain't going to settle here, and that ain't going to settle anymore, because there is 6 inches plus of stone under there, and it ain't going anywhere. That looks pretty good. I got a nice little setup here. My radio looks good. Made a little table for my radio. Excess modular block. But yeah, you have to be careful in today's society. Despite the fact that they may have a license, they're a pro, they're a doctor, they're a lawyer, they're an engineer. All very valid professions. Or laborers, contractors, consultants. they could still take you for a ride. They could still be garbage. Be careful out there.